That was most peculiar. OBS did not like that carriage return. Okay, so this could be... known tool slips. And we wouldn't need to do that. Oh, actually, that will just pick up the slack. I don't have any means to display anything there. I guess what I could do for the time being is say if it is known like this. Box tool. That pointer probably is greater than -1. Maybe it's is use dummy. Yeah. I am indeed modifying a game called 1 Hour 1 Life. It is by Jason Rohr. The source is available, as is some data about it, which I do lots of stuff with. And I've messed this up badly because I don't know why positions changed there. Oh, I got a starter report. Oh, so I can actually use this to, well, I can backfill known with this, not remaining. Positions are all off, but yeah, so until I learn something new. And that, okay, so that message needs to do a hint refresh. Oh, I mean, that has any hint active. Wait, so that's saying I know 3 and I have 1 left? One, two, three. I guess I'll have to get the pictures working to figure out which one is missing. It seems to me if I have 1 slot left, I should have 4 tools down there. I'm probably off by 1 somewhere. But that's still something. Build. Oh yeah, we had our random off to the side box. Oh, I might have started out knowing stuff, not expecting to. Still, things should have at least been initialized to different position. Anyway, my draw code. All right, so this is going to change to a completely different. Let's see. What am I doing? I actually don't think I want this. All right, so this is all text-based stuff. All this is going to kind of go down here. This is that. And I probably need some more position adjustments. And what I want to do with you is I need to figure out how do I draw an object. I had to do this in drag drop. There, pointer drag. Okay, no. No. Maybe that was a mouse held thing. That's not the drawing portion. Held offset, last mouse, draw pause. Or is this the regular held object drawing? No, there's a draw fade. Yeah, okay. Yep, this looks like the drag drop stuff. If there's an ID, M tool, box tool. Okay. Okay, so that was actually a little bit off style. Did I copy too much? Okay, so held object. It's not held object. It is known object. Uh, hmm. I, th I might need this. I don't know. All right, this is never going to be a person. Get object center offset might be something I want, though. Oh, actually, this is saying if it's not a person. Which most of the time it's not. No, offset, offset, held object. We don't care about mouse. The draw position is going to be tool pause. I might have to do some tweaking on that. No need to fade. Nope. Should probably rename you too, because I mean, that's sort of accurate. And we're probably going to do some scaling here. Positioning. Okay, I mean, that sort of works. Brings us back to the scaling thing, but... And in fact, it is hatchet that we are missing. So why are we missing hatchet? Is it missing out of our known tools report? Okay, it says tool, not unlearned tool, so apparently the information got to our client. Uh, Maybe it didn't get Now, the stand log, I think, has all the messages. Yeah, okay, so 71, I could definitely believe that's Hatchet. Nope, not. Okay, yes. We definitely received Hatchet. Oh, do I still have known tool slips? I still had a -1 left in there. Oops. Okay, one thing I need to do is I need to get myself a home marker. And I took up all the rocks trying to practice shovel stuff. You know what? I can just make these things. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's not a problem yet. But that's something I'm going to have to mind. Oh, got Pick over there, too. Plymouth Road stuff. Alright, that's something. Actually, known isn't a thing. So isn't there a version of that scale? Perchance. It is. Yeah, so actually held position isn't necessarily best for these. I'm kind of seeing that. I think. Tool pause. And then an object draw pause is known object draw pause. Okay, and that's my other code. That's probably comparable to how they sit in tiles. How do we get an object size? Is that something in Object Bank? Grid spacing, let's tap out. Attainable size. Slot size. Bright pus, bright rot. Maybe I don't even need the center thing. It's bright pus. Or the default draw position. There's a cached height. I don't know why there's height and not width. Get object height. Maximum diameter. I guess diameter is kind of what I care about. Yeah, actually, this is not cached, but that is what I need for sizing purposes. Get max diameter. Now, I guess what I could do is I could actually do a little array where I look this up once and sort of cache it myself. Uh, let's just see how that adjusts the center first. Okay, so that's necessary. I mean, or something else is necessary, but all right, and we want to scale get max diameter. This is an object ID. Oh no, this is object, not sprite. Nope, that's right. Height is an ID, diameter is an object record. And let's see, we took objects that were scaled into a box with things that are notably small. Cut them down by 2. Our slip size is 64, but we're showing a little bit less than that. The scale, the cell D is 128. I guess properly speaking, divide by U, and then we say, well, we've got 50 space here. Is sort of the way we think of that. Okay, that was incorrect. How did that get so incorrect? Well, this is probably a bunch of integer stuff doing integer math. Once this becomes cast, that's probably okay. It seems like that should have been 0 times 50, but maybe it rounded up. No. Well, since it's huge, let's take that factor out. We need to make the denominator well. That almost seems to be making the larger objects larger. Oh, no, actually, that's right. We want this ratio. At which point we could also think of it as that will all transmit. We need to semicolon. We need the inverse scale. And that one finally edged out. All right, where did I drop all my tools? Oh, you actually have to learn stuff now. No. Okay, so yeah, that's just what we're drawing there. I think we're actually putting the box there. No, it's being overdrawn by this thing. So it's weird to me because that should have just been a ratio. Oh, no, I'm not saying draw it this big. I'm saying change the ratio to this. Yeah. Oh, I guess I thought, right, because we're getting a width, not a relative size. So what we're getting out of that is a relative size. Yeah, so the centering is not great. Hmm. I probably want to do my box size rather than the cell size. But that's like several times smaller? Well, we have to allow for, well, no. We have to allow for larger objects, though. Yeah, because those are tiny. But relative to a full cell, see, are there any large tools? Might count as large tools. Where'd they go? And the engine does. That does not say unlearn. Well, maybe a different stage of it as a tool. Mm, oops. Oops. Fog gets a little bit weird. And I have to make sure to move first so things don't mess up. No, it's water first, I guess. And then we need... What is it? Oh, caps lock. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe. Hmm. And then I can probably find a branch, maybe? Although I have to cut it down. Oh, but it can't light things because it's not a real fire. Just heat forever. Okay, rah, 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 rah. Not cap lock. Okay, once again, that won't have interactions. Okay, that is not a tool. Actually, are tools? Yeah, okay, so tools kind of show up. Firing Newcomen hammer gonna be pretty big. And bore. Yeah, the Newcomen things are probably the... So that's firing. That means to use stuff on the firing tool. Let's see, are there any of those that don't require hot things? I think bores can go on rod. But you're not a tool. You don't have the box. Oh, that's not a tool. I have shovel twice and some dashes. No, I got everything to... Oh, I need to... I'm apparently not resetting something on reconnect. I guess maybe he left the slips to figure it out, but it doesn't do make active. Well, we can clear that for the time being. Or maybe the large thing is just really that bad. Yeah. What the heck is that? I don't think it's like it got cut off. Maybe the firing is just like a little bit of animation over the base object? Let's take our scaling out and see if it looks any different. Because that is going to be a large object. It'd probably get hit pretty hard with the scale. Okay, so first of all, our position was working by happenstance. What does this do? I know it was bad for the small tools. Where are the small tools? Oh, they might actually be down here. But this like must have, if that's center offset, that must, it must have like, there must be like significant space above it. I mean, that's where it sits. I would think. that get object center offset would give you the center. And that was working okay for the small tools. Try to make sure I don't starve. Okay, I wasn't actually doing that bad. But it seems to be absolutely terrible for that. Yeah, and you see, the way this, at least the way this processes it, there doesn't seem to be a lot of empty space here. So it normally draws around here. That, well, I guess I don't know what my actual position for this stuff is. It's probably something like we're drawing at the upper corner of this, wherever that goes. Because you do seem slightly over. But if this went up more, that wouldn't be good. Oh, you know what? These were down here. And yet this puts them in about the right spot. Maybe I need to do like half? Because this was way up and it goes way down. Not sure that'll be good for the other tools. Well, this thing won't have a held offset defined because it doesn't, not held. How do I scale thing? We've got to normalize multer times. I guess I could inline that. Too few arguments. Oh. It was indeed the relative function. Okay, so Oh, maybe I'm going to have to apply... Now what happens if we... Oh, that scales all the individual sprites. I was only dealing with... single sprite objects so far. So there's a sprite pause. Sprite pause. Known object draw pause. So that might actually, the sprite pauses for the things in, even in the single sprite things, might actually fix up some of the weird offsets. It's definitely different. But we've completely lost our engine. Let's try something a little more intermediate here. Now, I think I'm questioning it. We actually want to do this now that we sort of understand what's going on here. Hmm. Hey, Wolfenscar. How's it going? No, that doesn't help. Do we need to take this off entirely? Well, I guess making this 0 will do that. Been playing in the Boundless World yet? Oh yeah, I was seeing lots of ghosts and masks, in the arc. I don't know how much time there'll be for it. Why are you cut off? There's something internal to draw sprite that's... I mean, maybe it's not really cut off. Okay, maybe. So I need to figure out... Obviously, some measure of that center offset is useful here. I just don't know what measure it is. I need to kind of figure out which direction that moves things. And we know it moves that one down, which is what we want. We know it moves the shovels and things up. Oh, I wonder if that offset has to be by scale. We actually have to get this. Yeah, that's kind of the right direction. I find it kind of weird that I can just do CellD and... That's like... Huh. Well, that is for Seldy. What if we take scale back to the size of our actual target area? Well, that does... I think it's making the tools pretty small. Yeah, so that doesn't seem like a good target area. Maybe my problem is that I'm not drawing how I think I'm drawing. Maybe I'm actually drawing from the upper corner. The shovel goes back a little bit. The bore is necessarily a little bit to the side anyway. That feels smaller than I want. And was this having stuff disappear off the edge? Well, uh, I find it easy to lose track of the tool limit. Yeah, so I don't know if the center offset thing is great here. If I don't use that, the pump's sticking up. These are kind of hanging down. Maybe... want to use only part of that? Yeah, it's like, I want to know what I know. I want to know how much more I can learn. And finding space on the screen is a little bit of a challenge, so I'm probably going to have to move some stuff around at some point. Right now, I'm just kind of extending the yum slip thing. Yeah, now these are sitting a little bit low. Because part of my problem is I'm not sure how things are being... Oh, how about... Let's see, I don't... There's no tools that are like a wall or... A loom's a little bit weird, but it's square-ish. Nope. Oh, and oh, this goes with the text box. Yeah, that won't work. Well, I just have to make sure they disappear during text, but yum probably does. Or no, this is just over in their space there, I think. So this is the thing that's actually a tool. And then I need... Is it ball of yarn? Now, if it's basic loom, then that is the thing that takes a tool slot. Oh, so I got the reconnection... Oh... So it gave me a new report with everything and not just the newly learned tools. Okay. But it didn't give me the loom. It gave me 3 copies of the stuff I already know. I mean, I can look at the graphics side of things by reloading, but I've obviously not understood. I guess I need to go back. I should have looked at the output log, see what it sent. I thought it just sent the new stuff. Apparently I was wrong. But that's actually not terrible. I mean, it could maybe be in the frame. So by default, I think it's going to draw from what would have been a tile center. And it seems to be about the center of the slip. So it probably does need to be a little bit smaller given that I'm trying to, or move them a little bit higher. No, actually, it's the amount we move it up. So there's 64 total. If we go all the way up, we're probably going to see some stuff we don't want to see. Yeah, so it's like some things are too big. Well, I can change my target size a little bit. But that almost looks pretty good. Some of the tools are actually a little bit small already. All right, so that's 128. 50 makes things pretty tiny. But this is unfortunately an arbitrary number rather than something based on either what we would expect to be the target size of the area, which admittedly 50 was smaller than 64. But had to be some space around there. Yeah, I don't quite understand how all the offsets are working. It's like this would have been straight up from baseline. This would have been a little bit below baseline. And when I didn't do, where is it? This scale adjustment. Things seemed kind of wacky. I mean, this is at least a relatively symmetrical object. I guess if we're targeting a little bit high in the... Like this is... And judging from these, would have had a base somewhere around here and up. And then doing its center offset. Actually, like, throws it all the way down. We don't do that at all, it's all the way up. Am I possibly not going the right direction on those? Well, no. I mean, we want it to take it down. We just don't want to take it all the way down. We go none. Then it's kind of around how they sit in the cell. Yeah, so this must have a very small offset, because it hardly moves at all. Center offset. Oh, Well, I am basing my scale on diameter, which I'm just kind of trusting that does something sensible. But the best intermediate result we've gotten is a completely arbitrary number. It's not great, but it might be a basis to work with. All right, so now I actually think I don't want to even draw this number here. Just going to be some blank slots. And then I need to go back and figure out where we're doubling up. Might have been a reconnection plus a learned tool. And then I have to figure out how to position it properly. We like actually tripled. All right. I have not learned axe. Okay, that didn't double anything. But for some reason, it sent me like all of my tools again. Yeah. All right, so there's one of the problems. If I let's see, if I did hide it during text, that might work. It's gonna run into this. Actually, where is? Okay, so yum slips are not built to be coming from the top. Maybe I could arrange. To flip the graphic? Might be easier just to make sure we hide these when doing text. Now getting it to come back. When you close the text box. No, I don't need you. I need. Actually, it will be a little bit like that. Isn't like make active. All right, enter. Yeah, there's nothing else that responds to that. No, the home marker would have to respond to that, right? Nope, the text box is just small enough that it fits. Oh, I forgot about that one. Hmm. I do kind of want it to disappear at other times. There's not too much stuff on the screen. Oh, yeah, I never looked at this. Oh, yeah, because I've modified my settings to be like 10 times. That would be 4.89 on basic search. Something else I want to play around with. But where can I put tools? And I could go in and respond to say field. Yeah. Say field focus, unfocus. Actually, where is toolbox? To the point where we say go through all of these, and if pause is not equal to target, it does this by well, no, that's target. So that would actually change the target position. Ah. Say field dot is focused. It still doesn't deal with the home marker. Oh, no, you should be offset. Okay, so that's sort of well behaved. The home marker is a client thing. Yeah, so even this is already kind of on top of it. And as we go over and start running into this stuff, which, I mean, we're kind of using the same hint system, so it's always going to be up at the same time. And I could probably tighten up a little bit. And maybe get 5 and 5. Which, even then, we still don't scale beyond the current settings, just because of screen space. All right, so I'm doing 70. Now what this doesn't do is kind of give me that intermediate number. Well, actually, that's probably around center, huh? Try that. Oh, but it's not I then. Yeah, if it's just I, then we want to go over something. Which I can't actually see that. Well, I'm going to fake it out somewhere. Draw those. Now you have nothing. All right, so we've got a hatchet. Yeah, it's a little bit cramped. And then we need to fake out. I guess you reset this twice. Hmm. Okay, so that could be a little bit wider. That needs to be, well, making it wider. Nah, that needs to be over a bit more. Uh, and like that. Oh, I actually got a home marker back. Okay, that was too much. To keep it somewhat symmetrical. Hmm. Yeah, that's sort of out there. Now we're overlapping hints that you won't get out there too often. Well, it's a start. We'll have to see how that goes. Uh, that is going to be a testing today kind of thing. This is sort of in progress. Hmm. We do anything with this? I think that you always have this information. Is it called burn? No. It used to be the heat message. Okay, there's current heat. There's a separate message, HX. Okay, our live object, food drain time. So that was in number of seconds. I want to do something. Where the heck do we draw the food bar? It box? Hunger boxes. M hunger box sprites. Hunger box fill sprites. Raised sprites. Our live object food capacity. Okay, so that's probably for lost. All right, so this gives us a sense of where these things are. Now, what I don't know that I really have is anything to use as a little marker here. We've got the dots that we use for just ate food, but I think those are pretty... Yeah, hunger dashes. Well, maybe if he breaks those out into individual sprites, you might be able to... Well, I mean, it's probably the white around it as well. Unless it's drawn with a particular drawing mode. Oh, and we're doing something a little bit different now. I guess that's actually fairly solid. Oh, that's what that little hunger mark thing is. Oh, right, because it's probably a translated thing. Let's hunger box. We suspect hunger dashes. Hunger bar erased sprites. Draw hunger max fill line. 8 pause. Shortest fill. In 8 words. Pause. Max fill. Huh? In bar sprites. The transform modes. That's the bar sprites. Num dashes. Hmm. There is a draw line. What is this used? Oh, probably things like FPS. Or maybe it was net. Yeah, probably for these. Yes, that's a very segments. Get bounded random. How's that the bounce arrow? Photograph. Oh, this is. Oh, okay. This is for pointing at stuff during the demo. It's still in there for the trailer. Okay. Oh, he turns the blend on here. So we obviously don't want the words. This has the fill. It has the sprites. Yeah, I'd probably have to duplicate this. I don't think I can use it directly. Need just the line at position of my choosing. It does have segment sprite. M-line segment sprite. Yeah, so that's going to be white. Oh no. You have an 8 pause. And yeah, you also have bar pause that's last screen center. Nate words pause. Let's go up to. Oh no, maybe it's food and then it fills out the rest of the. Maybe it's dashes up to words. I thought it was dashes and then words at the end. Gonna hang off. Yeah. Which is. Oh, there's not enough space, as much space up here as I thought. Hmm. That actually sticks around for a while. Oh, probably until my next hunger update, which is very, very slow right now. So max fill 30 times. In skip bar. Yeah, so this is going to be very much box oriented. Uh, Basic idea of drawing a line is something we might be able to use. We've got max fill. We've got credit pause. Uh, yeah, there's the bar sprites, which we don't want. Oh, and then skip the dashes. Oh, skip bar, skip dashes. Okay. Only draw dashes once. Draw longest erased dash. Current last 8 string. Skip, skip. Shortest fill. Fill max. Last. Maybe I could try doing this just all the time if I could figure it out. Uh, there's a couple passes here, though. Multiplicative blend, multiplicative blend. This is probably always multiplicative. One of these is supposed to erase. Oh, these might be all the erasures. Only draw the dashes once for the longest one. Okay, yeah, so you're the erasure. Draw longest erased dash line once. If there's that. And this is outside of that loop. So 8 pause is fine. No, there are some ints here that might be an issue. Bar. No, okay, I was reading these as ints earlier. So this does have to 8 pause. Maybe it backs off by max fill. Current last 8 fill max. That's only an integer, which is maybe limiting for my purposes. Because of what I want. Do we have a current our live object? M current arrow heat. This is kind of in that area, so probably. Our live object, and it is food drain time.